Health and Social Welfare Minister by the Kiang Central NAM, while the member for Nyani, Ibrahim Mane, expressed worries over what he considers a substandard work done at the Kuntaru Major Health Center. The Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Fatim Baji, in her response, stated that the relocation of offices under the Department of Medical and Health is meant to maintain routine coordination of all operational health program units and projects without compromising access and standard. She described the case of Kuntaru Hospital as one precipitated by poor tradesmanship on the side of contractors at the countryside.
In order to develop the local economy, local tradesmen who may not be very skillful are used in the construction industry. However, during the defect liability periods, which is usually 1 year after the building is practically completed and handed over, the defects will be addressed as and when they occur.
Banjul Central's Honorable Ablaisen asked to be updated on the strategies adopted by government to tackle the rising sea level in Banjul. But according to the Environment Minister Jaro Silla, the issue is well noted at official level.
The National Environment Agency has set up a coastal and marine environment unit which is monitoring not only Banjul but all along Atlantic coastline, among other duties assigned to them. The unit, with the establishment of profiles from Katong to Bunyadu Point, are able to monitor sea level rises with the data acquired through measurement of high water marks.
Minister Silla also disclosed to the August gathering government's plan to implement an $8 million environment project to enhance the resilience of vulnerable coastal areas and communities to climate change. The revenue realized from the auction of old government vehicles auctioned from January to date was the concern of Honorable Pa Jalo of Jara Central, while Baba Ninkeke Dafe sought to know the medium and long-term plans of the Finance Ministry to restructure the current government integrated pay scale. Minister Mamburenjai, in his response, stated that while an exercise to determine the number of vehicles to be boarded and auction is still on, his ministry is pursuing a long-term plan aimed at maintaining a sustainable wage bill. Abubakar Dabo, Grts.
A highly sophisticated American naval vessel carrying personnel of the Africa Partnership Station docked at the port of Banjul on Tuesday at the start of a 3-week visit. As Bajansar reports, the visiting U.S. military personnel are expected to conduct a joint training exercise with their Gambian counterparts.
The front of the vessel appears to look like a trimaran. The center hull does not rest in the water, and it is not used for buoyancy. It is a wave-piercing aluminium hull commercial catamaran with military enhancements such as helicopter flight deck, straight-in vehicle deck, small boat launch and recovery capability, and an enchanted communication suite. The vessel HSV-2 Swift is in the country for a 3-week training mission with personnel of the Gambian Navy, an initiative of the Africa Partnership Station that seeks to build relationships for improved maritime safety and security.
What we're really trying to do is improve our relationship with the Gambian Navy. So I think both navies have something to gain here. What we're bringing with us is training on a variety of topics that we feel and that we hope the Gambian Navy feels are valuable to them. What we generally bring with us is training. We have a couple of classroom facilities, and we bring trainers to talk about a variety of issues: human rights, safety and security at sea, and various courses that deal with improving the capabilities of the host nation, so in this case the Gambia.
According to Eaton, his team will be engaging the Gambian Navy in an intensive training in all aspects of naval operation. Commodore Madani Senghor, Naval Chief of Staff, could not hide his impressions on the arrival of the vessel, describing it as timely.
The Gambian Navy has been participating in Africa Partnership Station's activities for some time now, but right now we're enjoying certain benefits that we were not enjoying before. Thanks to the leadership of this country and also to the partnership between the United States of America and the Gambia government.
Commodore Senghor harped on the format of the training that is expected to include other sister services.
We have a lineup of training activities that are tailor-made to suit the requirements of the Gambia. And we will have about 70 personnel of the Gambian Navy that will enjoy training, and also not only personnel of the Gambian Navy, but personnel of the Gambia Armed Forces, the Gambia Army, and our other security partners like the police, like the National Drug Enforcement Agency, the Immigration Department, and also the customs. We have training in small boat maintenance, and we have training in non-commissioned officer training, leadership training, and commissioned officer leadership training, and maritime intelligence.
Well, this is one of the missions that we have here at the embassy, is not just promoting the democratic values, but promoting peace and security throughout the nation here, and especially along the coast of the Atlantic. So we are going to work very closely on that together.
The well-equipped high-speed vessel, according to authorities, will be the base for the 3-week training, spearheaded by the Africa Partnership Station. It is motivated by the belief that effective security and safety will contribute to development, economic prosperity and security ashore within the African continent. Aissatou Badiane Sarr, GRTS.
The youth wing of the Alliance for Patriotic Reorientation and Construction, APRC, has received a donation of sporting materials, refreshments and a variety of items from 2 business entities operating in the country. Mamadou S. Jallo reports on the development and a prayer session organized by the party's women's wing.
The ruling party is busy putting the finishing touches to its election preparations, with the APRC party hopeful of sweeping the November presidential polls by a landslide victory over their rival opposition parties. The latest in a host of engagement was the presentation of sporting gears and refreshment by No. 1 Sports Shop and Tampico Juice Company, respectively, to the APRC Youth Wing. The presentation comes ahead of the Youth Wing's nationwide dialogue tour with youths across the country, commencing Thursday. Akram on No. 1 Sports Shop donated 100 footballs to be distributed to youths all over the country, plus 40 printed T-shirts and caps. Tampico Juice donated 15 crates of juice and 25 boxes of biscuit containing 3,000 packets. The donation of these materials is seen by the APRC bigwigs as a timely intervention, especially at a time when the fever of the popular summer football fiesta called Nawetan is rocking the entire Gambia. And the ruling party, who enjoys a massive support from the youth folk, is trying to harness the power of the beautiful game to consolidate their support among the youths.
Because we understand that one football can unify the whole world. Then if a football can unify a whole world, then one football also can unify a nation. And in the campaign that we are about to start, right, we want to get everybody involved, because the envelope for the APRC is not just for party envelope, but it's an envelope of development, particularly in the area of youth development. Because we have always cited the APRC manifestation. If you look at page 21 of 2001 APRC manifestation, all that is stressed is youth development and sport development.
The manager of No. 1 Sports Shop said the donation is part of their corporate social responsibility in contributing to grassroots football development, whilst hoping that the balls will be a unifying force for the youths of the country.
I have people coming from all sorts of villages all over the country, and sometimes when they even come to me, they come to me with like, by looking at the money they bring to me, you can tell that they've been struggling to collect that money to buy football. That's why I insisted when I met the committee that this ball has to go to the less privileged people, that is right in the villages, and that's why I would like these balls to be.
For the national commercial manager of Tampico Juice, partnering with the ruling party is a way of thanking President Jammeh for the unprecedented development the party leader has steered the country to.
My motivation is basically to support anything to do with my country. I think it's a social responsibility for everyone, especially members of youth that are present, that are actively doing stuff in the society, to come out and support His Excellency. Again, it's important for us to make ourselves seen and known, that we are present and that we are active and that we're willing to contribute. It's just about coming out and just making that difference happen, which is happening gradually as we're growing to become adults for tomorrow.
Receiving the items on behalf of the APRC, the mayor of KMC and national mobilizer, Honorable Yankuba Koli, commended the donors for supporting the party. Mayor Koli once again assured a massive victory for the incumbent come the polls in November. The National Youth Mobilizer, Baba Gay Sonko, and National Women Mobilizer Ajande Jata were both delighted in receiving the materials. Aside from the present